don't want that on. Hello. Sorry about that. Hiya, Di. You alright, lovely? I'm just trying to get rid of the good evening, the box thing, as I don't want that. Thank you. Hang on. Bear with me a second. How do I get rid of that? Oh, that's annoyed me now. Wait a minute. Is that it? No, that's not it. Good evening, Ree. Can you get rid of that box in the corner, please? Good evening, Kazzy. Sorry. Hi, Nini. You alright, love? Are you able to get rid of that so that when I can ask? Oh, hang on. I wonder if that. Wait a minute. Screen. I did it. Yeah. It's all right. Never mind. Hi, everybody. How is everybody? Everybody okay? Sorry, I'm a bit late. I was quite literally getting my what's-its together. It's been one of those days today. Oh, honestly. How is everybody doing? Thank you, Riri. Thank you, Lady Far. Sorry, I haven't seen. You have a purple blur? You should probably go out and come back in. Holding your eyes open with, oh no, Queen, why, honey? Oh, sweet. Are you all right? Thank you, Ree. Good evening, Michelle. It's good to see you too, Seraphina. Hi, yourself. I know, yeah. Thank you, Ree. Am I to write you down now? Am I to write you? Am I writing you down? Don't make me write your name. So for those not knowing, thank you, Rufus, darling. Hi. Oh, hey up. If you are wanting something that Auntie Di can make, I don't know whether you were in here the other day, we are giving away a custom-made picture, which will be up to £20 in cost, but you need to enter for it. So it's a hand heart if you want to enter. And I've just got Ree down for 6. So yeah, if you want to enter, please send a hand heart and your name will go in, and I'll do a draw on Friday. It's the Wednesday waffle. I know she's in the book. So yeah, if you go on to Auntie Di Makes, I think I've put it up on my page actually. Thank you, Heather love. You'll see some examples of her work. Oh, it's all right, Queen, darling, don't worry. Hi, Andy. Thank you, Rainbow love. So I am going to go live. Hiya, TT. Because I didn't know what I was doing. Hiya, Catherine. Sorry about that. I feel stressed and harassed today. But I'm all right. Good evening, Maria. You all right, lovely? Her work is amazing, let me tell you. She made something for my granddaughter. Thank you, Titi. Thank you, Taz. Evening, Sky Dancer. Hi, you gifted bloom. You all right, love? I haven't forgotten about you, by the way. I see you. Hi, Laura. Hi, AMC. She made something for my granddaughter, which was absolutely stunning. Absolutely stunning. Oh, bless you. Don't want anyone up just at the minute.
See the show. Nivea Rich Nourishing Body Lotion. Say the third man.
Yeah, I don't want anyone up at the moment because I'll be co-hosting in a minute. As long as Emma's live. But yeah, Nivea, I know. Okay. So yeah, if you want to put your name down for that, Evening Amanda, it'll cost you. I don't know how else to say that. Thank you, Jazzy. Thank you, Chief. Thank you, Red. Wow, I'm great at this, aren't I? Here she goes again. That's 7. That's 8. You're in the book. What Riri's, I know, what Riri's sending is what, if you, in it to win it, yeah. Right, let's just start this again. If you would like something off Diane's page, Diane makes custom pictures and other things, and you would like to order something from her, thank you, May. If you go on her page and have a look, you can have anything made for you up to £20 worth, and Di will make it for you to your specifications and send it out. Auntie Di Makes, her name is. In fact, I think she's in here. Oh, Queen of Hearts, I love that. Auntie Di, say hi. There she is. If you go onto her page, but if you could, in order to get that, your pin. I can't pin you, Di. Why can't I pin you? There we go. It'll cost you a hand heart, which I will then obviously take your names, etc. And in the Friday night's live, I'll do a draw on the live. So yes, that's that. Now, tonight's live, we are going to re-educate you and educate some others. Oh, bless you, Bex. All right, sweetie. Thank you, Miss Deligaff. Thank you, Tubby. Right, let me see if she's there, because she might not be there yet. Where is she? There she is. Right, bear with. Let's see if she's she knows what she's doing. Hi, Frankie.
Hi,
Yeah.
Hi.
Hi. You all right, sweet?
I am. How are you?
Yeah, not too bad. So we're doing this because we're trying to get a bigger thank you, Tuppy, a bigger awareness platform to educate people about the horrors of Henrietta.
Wonderful.
Yes. Do you want to start while I just write something down?
Yeah. Is there anyone in the chat room would like to ask myself in regards to EOD? We had a question earlier on about how they get away with everything, and as I've said, I can't explain it. None of us can explain why that happens. We send the reports in, we send the emails, we contact the local authorities. It never ever goes anywhere other than a brick wall for most of us, you know, and it's frustrating. We understand the frustration. And another question I will answer that I have been messaged. No, we do not support the people who go over to the lives and spam the chat with awful we don't stand by that, and we're so tired of going over it and over it and over it. Okay, we don't stand by it. We're not in there. None of our people are in there when that's happening, and if they are, we do speak to them.
Yeah. And we will call out the people that go in there saying the absolute worst things to them, because it's not okay. If you wouldn't say to somebody half the stuff that gets said to E, then don't say it to E. It's as simple as that. Simple as that. You lose the moral high ground the second you go in there and get personal and get nasty.
Yep.
So, right, they're back with a bang, aren't they?
Basically, yeah.
So they're currently on the other social media platform, known as KICK, spelt KICK, not to be
Yeah.
confused with KIK. Okay. So, trigger warning, there will be a chat about the S-baiting that went on. So, if you want to leave the live and come back, or leave the live altogether, please protect your mental health.
Yeah.
What makes you say that, Michelle? Sorry, I've got a comment in here says, I think he's had a letter about autism and they've said he doesn't fit the criteria. So I'm just finding out whether, because that would be very interesting. Good evening, everybody that's joining. Sorry.
It would be very interesting, to say the least.
Am I following you, Michelle? Evening, Natalie. Oh, right, okay. So someone said they'd had a letter, but wouldn't say. So it could have been anything. But knowing E's pattern, it would explain the current meltdown they're going through.
Yeah, it would, or it was either a hefty council tax bill.
Which we do know they owe.
Yeah.
Yeah, and this is where we have to be so careful of what we know and what we can prove are two very different things.
Absolutely. In other words, if you haven't got receipts, we can't take it. And I get people send us messages and say, this has happened, that's happened. That is, you know, thank you for messaging me. But if there are no receipts, we can't do dilly jack about it, because no one is going to take anything without a receipt in regards to EOD.
Yeah, exactly. And the thing is, if we ran with everything we were told, wow, core, there'd be a lot, wouldn't there? But we have to be so careful, right? Because not only are we safeguarding the audience and people that haven't come across E but suddenly do, we're also safeguarding E. And I know that seems counterintuitive to everybody. Thank you, Gillian. That seems counterintuitive to everybody, but we have a responsibility to them as well.
Unfortunately, we have a responsibility to a lot of creators on this app who do not value people's well-being. You know, and as always, it comes as a great cost to those people, unfortunately.
Yeah. And you know, we do this because we care. We do this because we care, but honestly, it's not easy. You've seen, it's not easy.
Absolutely, it's not. Absolutely, no. It's not. If you want to be part of an awareness community, my first bet to you is to not get offended by hazy words, because you're going to get more than hazy words, unfortunately. You will get doxed, unfortunately. It comes part and part of the parcel now. You know, and that's just
you
one
will
of those
have
things.
Awareness is done on you.
Yeah. Because, you know.
They're always factual. But you will come in for some stick. People have seen that Leanne's been coming for me recently. Tell you what, not nearly as hard as they went for E in her comments.
You're gonna be popular.
Oh, I'm already popular, let me tell you. Right. Leanne, wait a minute. The artist formerly known as Cleaning Lady Angela.
Yes.
God. Thank you for writing that in there. I can't say it, otherwise I get, you know. Anyway, so recently, right, it's really hard to explain. E has a cycle, okay? They have a cycle, and it's rinse and repeat. And at the moment, what we're seeing is the rinse and repeat cycle is getting shorter and shorter. Would you agree?
Yes, the temper tantrum comes a lot quicker now. We do call it a temper tantrum because that's basically what it is.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. And one of the reasons I think that's the case, and this could be, I don't know what you think, Emma, I think that all those emails and letters and all the stuff that the awareness have done behind the scenes is actually starting to catch up.
It is.
I think they're starting to get the consequences of what they're saying. I think we're just seeing the tip of how they're actually feeling. So what you're seeing is desperation, in my humble opinion.
Yeah, if they could
Desperation.
hold on to anything that right now they would, you know, if they could reach out to anybody, they would, you know, but unfortunately they've, shall we say, burned their bridges there completely. There are no more bridges with anyone that I know that is currently willing to put their platform at risk for EOD.
Yeah. The info Dean shared has gone to some intelligence for... oh, right, okay. I can't read that out. Sorry. Hi, Evil Josh. Oh, because of the hummus comments. Would that be?
Maybe.
Quite a few. They like hummus.
Yep.
Oh, they're all out. This is the other thing you get with awareness is you get the trolls. And then, oh, thank you. And they, bless them. Do you know what I mean?
In and out. You're just in and out. Can you just give it a rest? Give our moderators a nice offer. How's that?
Yeah, and the other thing is, we're really not reading the comments. Mods, if you're in here, just chuck them out. Honestly,
yeah, I've told
bless
them
them.
about it. Well, I've already muted one who looked like they were about to start, and I was just like, not this evening. But you can stay here. You can stay here and watch, but you will not be able to comment.
Absolutely.
Unfortunately.
Absolutely. Oh, Purple Grandma. Bye. Thank you for that. So yeah,
Oh,
you'll
no,
have the
she
pleasure of
doesn't have
being
got
muted.
in man.
You'll be muted, but you'll be able to hear everything we say.
Yeah.
So, with regards to the latest of the S baiting, thank you, Frankie.
Thanks, Frank.
The latest S baiting.
Thanks.
What can we say about the S baiting? We haven't already said. This is not new, okay?
No.
I was scrolling through TikToks of E from 2022, and they were S baiting then.
I think a lot of people were shocked that they did not escalate. I noticed a lot of people were disappointed they didn't escalate. I, for one, am grateful they didn't escalate and it ended very quickly, because I have had enough of seeing that type of behaviour on this app. Once again, app. It's an app. It's not worth your life. It's not worth your mental health. It's not worth that. And a lot of people need to wake up and realise that it's an app.
The thing with E is they know it's an app, and they know that S-baiting people is going to get two things. It's going to get the teenagers in, and the teenagers are the one that supports them financially, and it's going to get people talking about them.
Yeah.
Right? So we're between a rock and a hard place. We can either completely ignore them and let them carry on taking people in, or speak on them and hope to goodness that we reach some. And we have reached people. So, you know, I've got people in my chat right now who used to support them and don't any longer. Yeah. So we know we reach people. Yeah. Hiya, Borderline. You're right, love.
I understand people. I understand the frustration with people and the miners and the live. I'll address this very, very quickly. We don't like to address it for long periods of time because it is being handled by the right people. They are in the live, they are monitoring the miners' platforms, but ultimately these miners will not be on our platforms. No live will ever show or reveal miners. I am very, very sorry to tell you that, so I don't care how much you kick, you stamp your feet, you cry, you're not getting that information, so please move on. Let's talk about the S-baiting. Once again, quick one. If your mental health isn't good, please leave. Protect your mental health. Numbers will be put up by my moderators if they are able to. If not, I'll put them up myself. But honestly, we are people who will be there for you. We will talk to you. Do we know what we're doing in regards to someone having a mental health breakdown? No, but we do know what channels to follow in order to get them the right help. Okay? No one I have ever known from the EOD community has ever said that they are a counsellor or anything like that. That remains private. Okay, love? I'm ready when you are.
Right, with regards to the S-baiting, okay, this is nothing new, okay? This is not, for those people that are watching them over on that other social media platform, this is not new, okay? And that's why I'm going to be putting this live up over there. I'm going to download it and put it over there because I want the teenagers that are seeing them over there on the essentially what is a gaming platform, right? They're not stupid. They go where they know the kids are.
Yep.
That's where we need to reach. We need to try and reach. Now, the thing we can't do as an awareness is reach out to the miners directly. Okay, because you would think, wouldn't you? Common sense would say, well, if you're trying to reach miners and get them to understand who Alpha E is, it would make sense to contact the people concerned. Yeah, we can't do that. Because then that would be, what would that be? that would be us
being very naughty.
Miners.
Yeah, and our platforms would be removed very, very quickly, and it'd be us removing them. You wouldn't have to ban one of us if you did something like that, because I would literally chuck my platform to the side. Not a problem.
Yeah. But we are all about protecting. So if we can reach parents, we've reached school teachers, we've reached all sorts of people. So the S-baiting, this is not new, okay?
No.
They S-bait for several reasons. The most prominent one is financial gain. Okay?
Yes.
It's all about, if ever you watch E and you think, what are they doing? What is this about? Every time, all the time, every time, money. It's always about money.
Yeah.
Okay? So they will sit there. So they were in a live the other day. I believe they were in Cleaning Lady Angie's live over on the other platform. And they were being absolutely blasted in the comments. Now, I have never called E a PDF. A predator, absolutely. Because predator and PDF.
I will sit here and I will admit, yeah, I have. I've said it, and I've said it, you know, out of anger, out of frustration.
Yeah. And we do, listen, none of us, we're all human. We all get frustrated with it, let me tell you. But I personally haven't. However, somebody in their chat was calling a PDF, and they told them to go and do something to themselves which would require them to stop breathing. And then came live and started S-baiting themselves. Now, you can sit there and say, oh, well, they were pushed, you know, they had all this horrible stuff being said to them. They had an option at that point, which was to leave the chat. They chose not to do that.
Yep.
That's a choice. There's a very interesting I think I've got it on my profile actually about how narcissists work and the conscious decisions they make.
Yes.
Okay, you know the one I mean. Please go and have you got it up on yours?
Which one?
There's I'll pin it to mine. It's about the conscious decisions that narcissists will make, right? And that's the conscious decision that E makes when they come on live and they decide to S-bait. Okay,
Yeah.
that's not an accident. That's not I'm just feeling lonely and need someone to talk to, which is what they regularly say. That's not it. Yeah.
No.
What they're doing is coming on the live and they're trying to extort money.
Yes.
And it is literally extortion. It's emotional blackmail. Yeah? The word narcissist is thrown around far too often, but I am telling you, in terms of a true narcissistic personality, E fits it 100%.
Oh yeah,
How you
fits
dance?
the bill. Fits the
Yeah.
bill 100%. Money and control, yes, Nana Kate, yes.
Yeah. So E broke down and cried because E said they only fit in at the theatre when Wicked is playing. There's so many threads that I don't even know where to start.
Oh,
Okay,
God.
just hang on. I'm trying to think of my non-hurty words version.
Yeah, you go, because if I go, then you know.
Right, yeah. Okay. So E, because I know you're going to watch this, you only fit in a theatre that does Wicked. Okay. Okay. So I'm going to try and be constructive, which is really not easy. If you only fit in the world of theatre, you are currently living in theatre world because you're in London. Do you have any idea how many theatres there are in London? Big, small, independent chains, right? There are so many. Why don't you go and volunteer at one?
Yeah. Yeah.
Go and offer to sweep the floors. If theatre means so much to you, why would you not want to be in one in any capacity? Who knows what doors that'll open? Maybe they'll hear you singing while you're scrubbing out a sink.
I've got to be honest, I think they wrecked their theatre career,
I
really,
have to
didn't
agree with
you?
you.
You
I
wrecked
have
it,
to
you
agree with
shouldn't.
you.
You do not stalk cast members. You do not do that.
Yeah,
You don't do it.
No. But that's what I would suggest. If you can find somewhere, a small independent theatre that's never heard of you, it's probably a good place to start. Let's
What about
just
the
assume
community
you haven't
centre?
ruined every chance you have. Wants the
You
job
could
to be the
open
lead,
a local
absolutely.
community centre or a church. You know, they do plays and stuff like that, if you want to start off there.
Go to an old folks' home and sing. Yeah?
The old people now, not the
No,
old people.
I was going to say half of them are deaf, but that'd be really nasty.
Oh dear.
Sorry. This is what I mean. It's very hard
It really is.
to stay kind.
Yeah, I'm sorry, my kindness went out the window when Alphabet extorted children with them, you know.
I know.
I give the graces of the names and the pronouns for that community, even though they tell me not to. I still do that for them. I don't do it for any other reason but that, you know. But ultimately, yeah, I mean, like, there's
I'm
so
a
much
naturally
you could
sarcastic
say.
person. You know, there's lots of things I could be saying right now, but I'm not going to. I'm going to be good. So yeah, with regards to Wicked, you've burned your bridges. Okay, if you think you're ever going to be in a Wicked production, it's never going to happen. Okay?
Yep.
It's never going to happen for two reasons. Number one, you've absolutely butchered the song. Now, I know you think you can sing, and admittedly, you can sing better than me, but when you go and try and sing something else of a different genre or a tune that you're not as familiar with, you can't sing.
No.
Yeah? Repetition of a song is not talent. Do you understand? Right?
Yeah,
So
absolutely
that's
not.
not going to happen. That's not going to happen. I tell you what, you should try acting.
What did you call that? What was that the other night, Jojo? That was clearly acting.
Exactly. How good would he be on acting?
I think we should put E on a TikTok vote of I'm a celebrity, never get me out of here, and just on an island, just with CLA, with all the lovely ones, and they can all remain there. You know, they can all have a nice life. We'll even build them little huts that they can sleep in. You know, just say on TikTok.
Oh, this awareness is going well.
It
Right.
really is. I haven't
Now they're
swore.
talking.
Really.
Have you seen that they're now talking about getting a diagnosis or to be tested for FASD?
Yes. I mean, talk about we tried to tell you numerous times. One of the creators even put the diagram up from Google, from the NHS website, and tagged Alphabet, and yeah.
And they
Yeah,
were absolutely adamant that they did not have FASD. It was an absolute lie. They were right. So now the question you now have to ask yourself is, why are they now getting tested?
Because they probably had the knockback for autism and anything else that they've said that they have. Let me explain something. The people I know, with the people Jojo, we deal with autistic people every day. You know, we watch them. Unfortunately, we've seen autistic crash out, real ones. They are nothing like EODs. And I have never seen an autistic person crash like that, like EOD does. I've got to be honest. You know, and they're usually not drunk either, or under the influence, shall I say. You know, so...
Well, we all know that the autism diagnosis wasn't a diagnosis. Okay?
No.
Because this is what he likes to do: fabricate emails, try and make it look like they've been for an assessment, etc., etc., or maybe they've been for an assessment and they've been told they don't fit the criteria, right?
Yeah.
But this is what they're at the moment. They are absolutely desperate for a diagnosis for two reasons. One is to claim PIP, right?
Yeah.
And the other one is to continue to not have to work. Now, let me tell you about people with disabilities, right? 90% of people with genuine disabilities don't chase a diagnosis.
No.
Because they carry on for as long as they possibly can, trying to be normal because they don't want the label. That's number one. Number two, people with disabilities work.
Yes.
So having FASD...
support women, I used to take them to work. I used to take people who would, I'd be working for them, but they'd be going to... They used to work in like Tesco's and stuff like that, but we still had to support them in the day-to-day lives, take them to work, pick them up, you know, and stuff like that. But they did work. You got a paycheck every month like everyone else would.
Yeah. What you are, E, is a work dodger. Okay, that's your goal. You want to get as much money from the system as possible without actually having to earn a penny of it. Yeah, You're the person that gives people who are on benefits a really bad name,
Yeah,
because there is
absolutely.
nothing stopping you working. Nothing. Just your own ego,
Yeah.
I'm afraid.
And obviously you've got to, the apple doesn't fall far from the tree. Mummy, was exactly the same, I believe. So,
Yeah.
self-taught, I guess, maybe.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely learn from your parents. Absolutely. And as far as grifting goes, yeah, brilliant. Absolute
Mm,
masterclass he's had. But he takes it a step further, you see. Thank you, Ree. He takes it a step further
yep.
and manages to insult just about every disability going. So the reason that they want the diagnosis of anything at this point, hi, Steve, you all right, love, is because they don't want to work. They want to build, they want to be able to come back and say, see, you all picked on me and I was disabled.
Yes. He needs that card. The thing is, unfortunately, the trans card has now phases into the background with E. They can no longer use that card. You've got high members of the LGBTQ plus community who are absolutely seething and are very frustrated and angry that this person has been allowed to use this card in the manners that they have been using it, which is basically everything in their life. I'm trans. Can't say that I'm trans. Can't do that I'm trans. And as I have explained to people with the police, when someone does that, it can cause the police to back off because there have been legal proceedings towards the
Yeah.
police in regards to things like that. So you get why the police are just like, bye, I'm not touching this. No way.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? You don't know what EOD is saying to the police. You don't know.
I've got a fair idea, right? But yeah, you
Yeah,
don't.
they're not. Yeah.
The thing with a trans card, and I am going to say the trans card because I've got too much respect for all the genuine trans people. They were told explicitly in the live that I was talking about that the trans community did not claim them, and they were told that by trans people. So they can come at us for saying things about them, but when it's a trans person agreeing with us, there's nowhere for them to go, which is why they got nasty. They got really
Oh, thank
nasty.
you for the lovely gift. Not necessary, but thank you very much.
Because what he did in that live was to tell somebody to something about a bridge. I won't say anything else. But to potentially go and look for one. And when
Yeah.
called out about it later on a TikTok live, evening Natalie, said to them that they had been called the PDF, so what did they expect? When you call someone like that with mental health, what do you expect? Not for
Didn't
you
expect
to
that
go and
response.
cause somebody else's mental health to take a dive, that's for sure.
Uh,
Because I tell you what, E, because again, you're going to be listening, you preach mental health and how people affect your mental health, right? And I will say to you this: you affect people's mental health and you do it deliberately, right? You will come onto a live when things are not going your way or you need money or whatever, and you will absolutely affect people's mental health, and you make a conscious decision to do just that, right? You could have left that chat. If that person had offended you, you could have walked away, okay? But you chose not to, and that's the difference. So don't sit there and say, you can't say things like that to people. What about their mental health? It could cause them to do this, that, and the other, and then do exactly the same thing to somebody else. right? Two wrongs don't make a right, correct? So you are in control of your actions. You're in control of your mouth, no one else. Right? I could have come back at you so many times with some of the things you've said about me, but I've chosen not to. I've made a choice, okay? Because I'm not going to lower myself. So you've been told, I am pretty certain, that you need to watch what you're saying. I'm pretty certain someone's had that conversation with you, right? So now I need you to take it a step further and step back from saying stuff to people that you know is going to cause harm just because you need money.
Yeah.
Sorry, getting in my soapbox there.
No, but this is the frustration that awareness creators feel every time we get the message. EOD's escalating again, EOD's doing this, EOD's got manners, and it becomes so frustrating because you get them round and round in circles. That's what we do. That's what you do as an awareness creator. It's unfortunate. Every now and again you might get, a time where you do have a break from the people that we cover and stuff like that, but in our view it'll never be long enough. A permanent break would be long enough for some of these people, for some of their actions, for the fact that they have taken part in certain things that are not allowed to be discussed on the app, and it's not because of legal reasons. It's literally because these people are just, sorry, I'm being reported. I'm just dealing with a violation. It's because these people have been allowed to do this for so long and enabled to as well.
Yeah, it's listen to this, right?
Go on.
All amusers have to overcome 4 separate barriers before the amuse can happen. Right? There has to be motivation. So the amuser chooses nurture, entitlement, fantasy, or power. Right? The victim does not cause that motivation.
No.
They use silence, empathy, morality, and fear of consequences. Right? They had to bypass real world safeguards. So they have to create privacy, manipulate timing, build trust, groom the environment. They will use the following tactics: shock response,
Yep.
freezing, confusion, grooming, gaslighting, threats, emotional dependency, authority dynamics, and disassociation. Right? Those are all things that he has done to their audience. Absolutely every single one. Confusion, 100%. Grooming, 100%. Gaslighting, absolutely. He talks about the bridge comment, and then the screenshot is shown at the end of this. This is in courtesy of, I think this is, which thing is this? Wait a minute. Need to get there. Say what, love. This is their page. Calls them a name, but didn't mention anything about causing them harm. So what he did was, he was called a PDF, right? And then he came back with find a bridge, and then told their audience on a separate social media site that they were told that they were told to find said bridge. Gaslighting 101. Yeah, that's how they do it. That's how he does it. If it's failing on one platform, they'll go on to another platform. If you've noticed, if they get caught out on this platform, they'll go over to the gram and they'll start making posts over there, start writing stories over there. The latest deflection tactic. New face, new hair coming soon.
That is not happening, by the way. New hair. Unless they're going bald. Sorry, the hair is completely damaged. It is destroyed. They have absolutely destroyed. The one thing, as one person has said, and the one thing that they clung on to of said womanhood, they destroyed it. I'm sorry to say it, but I've never known a trans person to turn around and say, I'm going to say it, and this is not to offend anyone, I am a tranny. I have never heard one trans person from people that I know refer to themselves as that. So to the people that keep saying, oh, you need to give them this, I don't need to give this person anything. This person has took a lot from people, a lot from charities. They have lied, stolen, cheated, and everything in between. You know.
Emma, if you're there, lovely, I've had to disconnect because you're getting flagged for you're getting violations, darling. So if you want to come back up or request me again, sorry, sweet. Elphaba themselves has said that they've outed themselves several times. I've never heard a trans person refer to themselves other than either trans male or trans female or male or female. Seriously. You're not liking this at all, are you, E? I tell you what, mirror. This is what this is called. This is called a mirror. Yeah? And I, for one, am sick to death of doing it. Sick to death of holding up a mirror. I am tired of doing awareness on you, right? But I will always do awareness on you as long as you're attempting to get money from minors. Okay? So what did you say? This is courtesy of Rebecca's FYP Chaos. She's extremely good. She does a lot of cover with E and lots of other creators, right? And what was it you were saying? You reacted to how people treat you. So somebody said to you, why did you say that about the bridge to somebody? And you sat there and said, because it affects my mental health and I don't effing care, to be honest. So you want all of us to care about your mental health, but you're not allowed to care. You don't have to care about anybody else's. So can you spell entitled? This is what gets me frustrated, and it frustrates me because people are over there reporting Emma. Right? So you don't care. You don't care. Sick of the bullying. Sorry, love, you got flagged.
Yeah, I keep getting flagged. I'll always get flagged, me. Part and part of the parcel.
So what you'll say is, so people say stuff to you, E, right, and you don't like it, and I don't blame you. I wouldn't like it either. But then you use what they've said to you as an excuse to go back at them. So, but we have to care about your mental health. Yeah? But you don't need to care about anybody else's. That's not how that works, right?
No.
Not how it works. And the thing is, thank you, Bad Luck Vibes, love. The thing is, if you cared more about other people and less about yourself, you would have so much more of an easier time. Hiya, Barbie doll, you're right. You would have a much easier time on this app because the awareness creators and the awareness people will be able to take a step back from you. And quite honestly, we need to, because there's a lot more people other than just you on here that need awareness raising on them. But at the moment, hiya, Faye, at the moment, you're upping the ante, which means we have to up the ante, right? So
Yeah.
if you don't like it, hiya Layla, stop coming on lives. It's as simple as that. And stop taking your horse manure to other platforms. Because trust me, wherever you go, we follow.
Yep.
Right? Not because we don't have a life, but because we are trying to protect people from you. Now, I will call you predatory in your behaviour because you are after one thing and one thing only. You don't want friends. You don't want to talk to people. You want their money. Because as far as you're concerned, money equals happiness. How is that working out for you?
Looks like it's working out really well for them. And you know, the money that they've had, Alphabet, we know you're listening. The money that you've had in a trans person's eyes is life changing. Life changing. Whether it meant they were getting all surgeries or they were just getting one surgery or, you know, this, that, and the other. But Alphabet, you haven't so much as done anything. You haven't so much as taken a hormone. And you want us to stand here and say nothing. You want us to sit here and watch you absolutely destroy people in your lives. Educate young people on stuff that you don't even know stuff about. Well, that's not going to happen, I'm afraid. If you don't like the fact that awareness is being done on you, you know what you can do? Leave the app. Like you tell so many of us that we have to leave because we're bullies. How can you be a bully when you're doing it yourself? You're doing that yourself. Nobody is in that room telling you what to do. And if you've got a script writer, they are awful, might I add.
The thing is, right, in order for you to be trans, you need the gender dysphoria. Yeah, you need the diagnosis, right? The way you get that diagnosis is through your GP, correct? You have also already been turned down for hormone replacement therapy, have you not? Because there is already a TikTok circulating where you told your audience, in fact, that you've been turned down for hormones on the grounds of not being mentally, you weren't there mentally. Yeah. So I took that to mean you either didn't fit the criteria or they weren't too sure about whether you were depressed or not, right? So now you've come and you've said you're depressed and now you want to change your tablets, don't you? Right. You want to change your tablets because they're making you put on weight. Inertia and eating enough for 4 will also make you put on weight. You do realise that, don't you? Right?
Yeah, family size lasagna for one would make you put on a few extra pounds. Eating 2 boxes of cakes in the space of an hour would make you put on the pounds.
This is where I don't understand you, E, right? It's very easy to sit there and feel sorry for yourself. What would make the difference for me is if you actually registered with the GP, because you're not registered, right? In my opinion, you're not registered, because if you were registered, you'd have somewhere to go to talk about getting hormones, to talk about getting a gender dysphoria diagnosis, to try to get X, Y, and Z. But your antidepressants that you want to change, right? Why do you want to change those, and how come you can't? That's what I want to know. Because if it was me, I'd have booked an appointment. But you see, we can all unpick this. So what you then do is you refer to your cat. Your cat's next on the list. Because can anyone say prop? So now you're complaining that whatever the kitten's called is scratching. Yeah? And what you don't understand is that cat is crying out for your attention.
Yeah, that baby just wants cuddles. That's a cuddle baby, that is. You don't leave a cuddle baby That's a
But you know
cuddle
what's
baby.
coming,
That's
don't
what
you?
he's doing.
You know what's coming, because in my opinion, they have been told that their accommodation is at risk, right?
Yeah.
So I think that they are now prepping the storyline, because let's not mess about here. Most of these are storylines. Most of these are plots where they think they can twist you
Yeah.
and put you into a certain position, right? Lots of people on here, I've got news for you, lots of people on here do it. Lots of people on here do it because it's the best way to manipulate an audience.
It really is.
Um, yeah.
The best lives that I see at the moment where the manipulation is very prominent are obviously your new bestie, you know, EOD, and there are new ones currently coming up at the moment, and one of them, yes, it's Luna too. Is Luna manipulating? Absolutely. More fool you for paying for her to go to Disney Paris. That's all I've got to say.
I believe her parents are paying, but she wants the spending money. But the thing is, right, and this is what frustrates me, I make an active decision whenever I come on here to not manipulate an audience, and I can. Trust me, I'm perfectly capable. I could have come on when cleaning lady Ange said what she said about me, and I could have come on and I could have cried and I could have said, oh, but I don't understand where it's come from, I've not done anything to her, I don't know what to do. And let me tell you, right, not only would my audience numbers have gone up, the gifters would have come in. That's how you play an audience. Did I do that? No. Chose not to do that because it's the wrong bloody thing to do. Yeah? Manipulating people is not the right thing to do. And yet you, seem to think it's your God-given right to manipulate people. And what frustrates me the most is you are deliberately targeting under 18s. And then you sit there and moan that people have called you a predator. And why do you think it is? Because you are exhibiting predatory behaviour. You are targeting specific groups. So what would you like us to call you instead? You got a name that you'd like us to call you instead?
Apologies if you can hear me little one in the background.
Oh. Hang on. Cool, they're all coming in now, aren't they? Eh? All you people coming in. Hiya, Janine. All you people coming in. To do what? To try to shut down somebody telling the truth. Because you are either too invested or you dislike me more than you like someone else. So your dislike for me outweighs your ability to listen critically. Yeah? And yet I'm still here and I'm still doing it. And why am I still doing it? Because I want people to understand that this person, is predatory in their behaviour. Right? And for some of these people, it'll be their dislike of me that is driving their nasty comments. And that's fine. That's fine. Believe me, water off a duck's back, okay? But what I'm not going to stop doing is warning people. I'm also not going to condemn people who are supporting them. That's the other thing I won't do, right? Because most people start off, you don't watch and think predator for the first time. You don't watch them and think predator for the first time. Thank you. Sorry, I'm being really ignorant. Thank you. what you do is you watch somebody, and it's only over a period of time. You can either discern who they are or be sucked in as to what they're saying, right? So I will never condemn anyone that comes in my live and says, and is open to a conversation, I support E, so I don't understand why you're being so horrible, right? I will absolutely have a conversation with somebody. I know. But I will completely have a conversation with somebody, right? And I will show them where this person, where they are on TikTok, right? And show them the sort of things they do.
I mean, if you are a genuine person, if you are a human being in this room, I want you to ask yourselves one question. If, I don't know, your children, your nieces, your nephews, your cousins, your neighbours' children was in EOD's live, would you feel comfortable? Would you feel comfortable that they were sat there? Just ask yourself that question.
Sorry, I just found another. Right, so 2 days ago, was this 2 days ago? Must be. So 2 days ago, he was on the other platform saying that they're getting professional help. Because this is the other tactic that they're now using. They're getting professional help because people aren't the nicest.
Okay. Is that new, or I'm sorry to say?
I'm just trying to follow the logic.
Yeah, me too. I'm confused.
Getting professional help because people aren't the nicest. So you want professional help in order to be able to deal with people who aren't the nicest. Do you know what? There is something, if you look back at all the relationships you've had, all the friendships that you've had, all the awareness communities that have sprung up, what's the common denominator, E? Oh, my turn. Hang on.
Oh, you're getting a violation. That's nice.
You're the common
That's nice.
denominator. You. And of all the people, every friend you've had has tried to help you. Yes or no? Most awareness teams have reached out to you. Yes or no? Because I know they have. I know people who absolutely you have driven nuts, who have reached out to you to try to help, who have warned you about things. So, number one, where's your stalker? Or is that storyline binned? Number two, where's your autism diagnosis? I thought that was 3 weeks. Is this the never-ending 3 weeks, is it? Because you were supposed to get a diagnosis, or we all supposed to forget that and move on whilst you distract us with your new look?
Nope.
This
You
is
haven't
what drives me
distracted me from
batty.
anything. I'm still watching you. You haven't got autism, EOD. You want autism. You want to be sick mentally, and nobody in their right minds understands why. Why anyone would want those things if they had a choice. These things are not a choice, Alphabet. They're not a choice. You don't just wake up one day and go, oh, well, I've got this now. Because no, you don't get to do that. You don't get to do what you've been doing on this app and get away with it. You understand. Everyone in this life will always have to deal with consequences. And in regards to EOD having a support worker, I was a support worker for 11 years plus, then I went back into the care side and stuff like that. I am telling you, they do not have a support worker. They do not meet the criteria to have one. They are able to take a bin bag out of their front door. Point one. They're able to dye their hair themselves. Not well, but still able to do it. It's a very much point scoring thing when it comes to getting in-home support or in-home care. So they do not meet the criteria. That is another big fat lie. They wouldn't be live every day because the carer wouldn't have it. Support workers and carers have a right to actually say to a streamer that while I am in your premises and in your bubble, can you please turn the live feed off so
Yeah,
they can do
or
their...
I'll leave. Yeah.
Yep.
So E, you don't need to earn people's respect. No, you're right. You don't. You don't need to earn people's respect. You also don't get anybody's respect. So don't expect it because you seem to think you're entitled to it. Every argument you have, I can counter-argue you, right? I just choose not to because it's exhausting, and actually have a life, albeit a small one. But if you want respect, start treating... The thing is, right, when you're in the playground at school and someone says something horrible to you, or someone says, well, your dad stinks, and then somebody else says, yeah, well, your dad... That's your mentality, and I don't understand it. You're not demonstrating the fact that you're trying to better yourself. You're not demonstrating the fact that you're trying to get help in order to get out of this rut that you're in, and you are in a rut. You're not doing any of that. All you're doing is repeating the cycle, and you're getting more and more frustrated because we are seeing the cycle and telling everybody about it. That's where your frustration is coming from, is because we see you and we tell people. And you cannot stand it. And the only comeback you've got is to slate us all. You've got extremely personal with me, yeah? And that hasn't worked, although you did think I'd backed off, bless you. But that hasn't worked. So what more do you need? Well, thank you, sweet. Sorry. What more do you need? What is going to work? What's the outcome here that you want? Do you want all of us awareness people to go away? Because if that's the case, what do you need to do to make that happen? Because that's not on us. Hey, Exposed. That's not on us. That's on you. That is on you. You expect people to forget about Diva. You expect people to forget about the autism diagnosis. You expect people to forget about all the SA claims that you've made. You expect us all to forget everything that you've done, right? And the thing is, we're not going to. We're not going to because of the damage you've caused along the way. Yeah? And that's the problem. What you're doing is causing damage to other people, be it separately, as individuals, people's children, people's businesses, people's reputations. You don't care about any of it as long as you're bringing in the money. Which is why we're here and we're not going anywhere. Thank you, Janine, love.
The thing is, no one wants to benefit off you, EOD. The fact remains is that you put a challenge out. I don't know if you remember it. I remember it very well. Christmas at Mumsy's house when you turned around and went, they're all penniless. Because we didn't have gifts on at one time when we were dealing with you. And because you said that, people decided, well, I'll show you who's penniless and put the gifts on. And it silenced you very quickly, but that it also created numerous other problems for ourselves. And we took it on the chin. You've doxed people. You've cost people their well-earned accounts on here. Well-earned, do you understand? You've made up rumours and lies about content creators that are rumours and lies. You've slandered people. You're going on about defamation of character. Let me explain something once again. Unless you've got £1 million in your bank, I will not be shaking in my boots whatsoever. None of us will.
Oh, do you know, even if you have £1 million in your bank and you want to sue me for defamation, please do it. Because in a court of law, the onus is on you to prove that anything I've said is untrue. Good luck with that. Because everything I say is what you've said. That's all I do, is I repeat it back to you. So if you don't like what you see in the mirror, change it. I'm currently sat here watching the stuff that you come out with. It's just you take responsibility for nothing. Absolutely nothing. You've cost people accounts. You've encouraged your minor audience to find people. Yes? You've tried to find me. What are you to do? Seriously, if you've got my address, what are you going to do? Do you seriously think I'm quaking in my boots with the mere thought that you might possibly have my address? Because what, you're going to turn up? Hardly.
Oh, I'd love you to turn up.
This is you. This is on you. I don't know who he's telling you.
Done is it's that I have never once gone into your live and told you to do anything other than get off. Get off. That's the most I've ever done. Even when you took a video of the neighbour's children, I was very civil. I was very nice in your live. And, you know, a lot of people do need their memories jogging. Does everyone remember that incident? They videoed the neighbour's children.
This was back in their hometown.
Yep. When he lived with mumsies. You know, and if you need your memories pre-jogging, go back on some of the awareness pages. They're there. All the videos are there.
Oh, and the gender GP. Oh, my God.
Oh, my goodness. Well, the gender GP, please stand up and just take this person to a courtroom.
So for those that aren't familiar with how Gender GP works, right, you sign up to them. You pay an initial, I think it's an initial £195 to get onto their system and get access to their network of doctors, phlebotomists, hormone suppliers, etc., right? And then you pay an ongoing £30 or £33 a month to remain in that kind of little bubble. Okay, so £30 a month does not get you the doctor's consultations. It does not get you the follow-up consultations. It does not get you the blood tests. It does not get you the hormones, right? Those you have to pay extra for. Okay, but this is why trans people who are waiting on the NHS, it's an option for them if they've got money to burn. Right? And this is why people who are trans, who've watched you burn through thousands of pounds, get so frustrated. Because if you had done this properly, because you're so desperate to be female, you would now be further ahead than Jack.
Let's be honest, if they were going to do what they said they were going to do, which was they were going to go abroad at one stage for it, And that was under the guidelines of EQ, if we remember rightly, you know, because they were panicking about getting it done abroad. And, you know, EQ was very nice there, very lovely, you know, and then unfortunately Elphaba did not like the fact that EQ was getting more than they were, and decided to come for EQ, a real trans woman. And let's be honest, I've got to be honest, if you didn't mention it, you wouldn't know with EQ.
No.
You
No.
would not know.
No.
You wouldn't know.
But the thing is, I don't want to bring it back to EQ because EQ's not done anything, bless her. But she's an elder of the trans community, right? And I cannot imagine how frustrated I feel. Can't be a fraction of how frustrated the elder community feel towards this person.
Yeah.
Because the people who are sitting there now on a waiting list, you know, for what is essentially going to save their life. Let's not pussyfoot about, because these people are so. Can you imagine waking up every morning, every day, and looking at yourself in the mirror and not recognizing what's in here to what's out here? That would drive me. Oh, I don't know how they do it, right? And you've got this person sitting on a live saying, "Gender GP scammed me." No, they didn't.
You either didn't read the
lying.
fine print, or you did not discuss it with anyone on the phone like you said you did. I'm just saying. You know, it's
They
another
will have
lie.
been, yeah, but they will have been very, very clear on what your subscription gets you and what your subscription doesn't get you.
Yeah.
They have to be clear, otherwise they're open to being sued.
Yeah, if you don't follow Peekaboo's got it there where you can actually see them say what the £30 a month was for. It says it, and you can just, I'm so, it was funny, it was comical to me, because obviously, I don't know if people know Jack. We've been following Jack for a really long time now, doing absolutely amazing with their transition, and are proving every point that you have tried to make wrong. And I know it frustrates you, and Jack knows it does, and all I've got to say is thank you, Jack. We love you for proving points. And also, we love the fact that you are becoming the person that you so wanted to be. It's so warm and it's beautiful to see. But we are the transphobes in here, so let's get back to E, shall we? All I've got to say is here, Elphaba, and I think all of us have got to say here is, when are you going to shut up? Just shut up. Just take a big bag of shut up and use it, for the love of God. We do not want younger generations educated by you in matters that are arising in the Middle East or anywhere else, for that matter. When it's coming to the sexual education of children, that's you off the table as well, I'm afraid. You are not a parent. You are not a teacher, as far as I'm aware, and I've never known you to say you work in the sexual health clinic, just saying. So, you know, shut up. That's all I've got to say. Sorry.
The thing is, if we're transphobic, why do we support? We have trans people in our lives. We support trans people. We actively support Jack. So if we're transphobic, cool, we're doing a good job, aren't we? Of conning all those people? Yeah. I have trans friends. I have had, in a previous life, trans relatives. Okay? So don't tell me I'm transphobic. It's not the... Do you know what I'm phobic of? Liars. I've got a real phobia around liars, and I can spot them a mile off. And for you, the thing is, what you're counting on is you're counting on the awareness not reaching the ears it needs to reach. And I'm telling you, it's going to, and it has, and it is, right? I will never forget the lovely lady that messaged me and said to me, if I hadn't spoken out on E, it was only the fact that I spoke out on E that they managed to get their grandchildren away from you. Yeah? And if I was able to because I was having a really bad time, and they said, if you forget everything else and remember this, you saved my grandchildren.
Yeah.
And I will never forget that. Never forget that. And it's that woman I do this for.
Yeah.
And
We're
I
not
won't be
here
stopped.
to be liked. Not one of us. No, there's not one awareness creator that I know that sits there and goes, like me, love me, heart me. Because I've got to be honest with you, I can't be bothered with it. I'd rather just get to me awareness, tell you what's going on, tell you what the next stages are going to be. But ultimately, we can't go further than we're allowed to. There are rules in the awareness community. I get people think that there aren't because of the way some awareness people do behave. And trust me when I tell you, did they get called out for it every single time? Every single time from our end. I am known now for calling out my own community. And I got to be honest, and this is a trigger warning, I don't give a shit. Behave when you're
If
doing
Emma
said
ever called me
awareness.
out, I would know I've crossed a line.
Yeah.
Because she
Don't
would call me
play
out.
over on this side of the fence and claim to be against everything Alphabet stands for, but then you're doing the same things. Are you okay? Are you okay? You make an absolute show of the real awareness teams, an absolute show of them. I don't care about your petulant disputes. I don't care that you drag kids anymore. Do you know why? Because it's sad. You've come for your own, and you didn't think that we'd bite back. Well, you didn't. You didn't count on me. You did not count on me and a few others biting your hands, and I'll keep on biting them until you go away.
Sorry, I'm just Peekaboo does a lot of awareness on E. Um, you're accusing somebody of being ableist. Are you having a laugh? Oh, back in March, right? Okay, accusing somebody of being wow.
There's numerous videos that we haven't been able to see at this moment in time, and unfortunately, it's because we are backdated with them. It's gone from us getting messages to really bad lives with E saying that they're crashing out to maybe once a month, that's the way it was, to 1 a week, 2 a week, 3 a week. So the escalation with EOD is very, very real. This is the reason why I'm screaming from the rooftops. Watch what EOD is doing. There are far too many minors in that live now. In one live, I counted 56 accounts that were children. And Moonlight has counted more. Believe me.
On this platform.
On this, especially when the children are off school, the numbers spike. You can't keep up with them all because some of them are hiding behind adult accounts. The likes of Moonlight are the ones that are able to realise that no, actually it's a child behind the account. It's one too many. We've been, I don't know how many times I've had to scream it from the rooftops and say that there's a major problem in EOD's community and no one listens. And the
It won't.
thing is,
Go on,
these
carry
top
on.
creators, this is the last time I'm going to address it with the top creators. You can end this very quickly and you choose not to. I've seen yous end people's platforms in less than 24 hours. Why aren't you doing it to EOD? That's all I've got to say.
You know, Emma and I are just as small creators. We're small live streamers, right? And we are doing our best. We are doing our very, very best to get E off the app. Yeah, to get them off the app, okay? Because of the threat they present. Hiya, Valiant. And I'm not talking physical threat. I'm talking emotional threat, right? I don't know Wildlife Girl because it can't possibly be for a financial gain because they don't make that much on this platform anymore, which is why they've gone over to the other one. But we are small voices. And I am going to ask now, I'm going to ask the bigger live streamers on here to please help us. Please help us. There are minors, and I don't just mean under 18, 15, 16. I'm talking 8, 9, 10-year-olds. Very young.
7 years of age.
Yeah. We're talking primary school age children, right? Who are in those lives and are hanging on every word. This is what gets me upset. Okay, there are young babies in their lives. And, you know, we try not to say this too much because we try to use the term minors and vulnerable and underage because the last thing we want to do is trigger people, right? But I am telling you, honestly, there are babies in their life, and these babies have access to GoHenry cards or whatever cards, and they are gifting E, and they are hearing the absolute rubbish that is coming out of E's mouth. They are hearing the S-baiting. They are seeing the rug use. They are watching the alcoholic meltdowns. Babies. Now, I don't care what your opinion is of, oh my God, the parents should stop them having access. I'm all for that. Absolutely, right? But I can't speak to them. So I'm speaking to the creators on here that can help us stop E.
This is not a personal vendetta. I'm so sick of people going, it's personal. It was personal when Alphabet docs me, yeah. Was looking for my children, yeah. That was, I never crossed that line. They crossed it with me. So before people go, oh my God, they're obsessed, just know. And I am backing Jojo 100,000,000% on this. We can't speak to the parents. We can't do that. If we do that, we are breaching a violation right then and there. We can't do that. We can ring social services and get them to speak to the parents. We can absolutely do that. But that is where our chain stops. The phone call, the
And that
evidence.
doesn't take E off. That doesn't take
them off.
It doesn't do anything.
If you counted how many emails have been sent over the years to TikTok of EOD from awareness people, it would probably be able to fill the Nile, let's just say. We have done everything we possibly can to make sure that they don't escalate any further. But I have got to be honest, I cannot keep a hold or an eye on them because of the fluctuations that they have got going. I can't read them anymore because it is a quick bang and then the back down. It's very quick. I've never seen a medication do that, so I do know it's unprescribed medication that is probably causing that effect with them. But this is a dangerous creator. They have a window that they will use, a window of opportunity, they call it, for the predator. And let me tell you that their foot is inside that window right now. It's there. It's there. We've got no moderators over there. We've got no undercovers. We've got no nothing because it's all been ripped off us. We knew it had happened. We just didn't think it had happened that soon. So the information that we did get, sadly, was not enough.
We've got people actively working in E's favour by getting accounts taken down. Awareness accounts are being taken down for copyright, for trademark, neither of which E has. So, you know, we are fighting as hard as we can, but can I just say, we are also people who are either looking after disabled people, we have families, we're disabled ourselves. You know, this can turn into a full-time job and none of us have got the time. Which is why people get so bored of me ranting on about E. But I can't stop. I can't stop until E does. Oh, I'm going to. I'm all the big creators that I can think of. EQ's been helping. Luke's had a
Can't
lot to
expect
do with
EQ
recently.
to do it alone.
Not
Can't
on her
expect
own.
her to do it alone. It's not fair. That's not fair.
No, it's not. It's, you can't put it on one
She's
big
got a
creator.
platform to protect. She's got a job. She
Yeah.
does. People can say what you want about EQ. She's working. That's her job. That's what she gets paid to do. Why
This
are
is why
people
all the
paying
pettiness.
EOD? Why are people paying EOD to sit on a live and talk to children? What's this about now? You know what I'm saying? You had an 8-year-old after Christmas dropping a galaxy, by the way. That's an 8-year-old child dropping a galaxy because parents went and bought them cards instead of clothes or something, anything other than that. Anything.
This is why, you know, it's got to take all of us. It's going to take all of us. Because until people understand how dangerous this person is, and the thing is, their behaviour, E's behaviour is escalating. It's escalating. It's becoming more of a problem, and the cycles are going through faster and faster. Right? Yeah, Luke will help. Yeah. So we need people. Just help us, please. Just help us help these kids. And I know how baity that sounds, but honestly, you've got children.
You've got children being educated by EOD. You've got children being educated on things that they should not know about. What on earth does a 7-year-old need to know about a transition? Can anyone answer me that?
Listen, do you know what? I will talk to anyone that will help. Anyone. And actually, Corey Wilder's been... Sorry, Corey's been brilliant. Corey has been calling out Alphaba. Yeah, I said your name and what. They've absolutely been calling out. Corey's been calling E out, which has been fantastic, honestly. And it's people like Corey calling E out that gets the take care Sigma, that gets it out there. People will. Do you know there are certain creators on here? They can start talking about somebody, and all of a sudden it will gather momentum, and everybody's talking about them. And there, do you know what I mean? There are those creators that can start a conversation, and Corey's one of them. EQ's another one. But like we said, it's not on EQ, it's not on Corey, it's all of our responsibility. You know, it used to be a community that raised children, and now it's a community that's letting them down.
These kids, some of these kids, I wanna make it abundantly clear to people. Yes, they are in the care sector. Yes, they are under certain types of whatever they are.
They're vulnerable, yeah.
The broken children that need fixing. They don't need breaking anymore. Do you know what I'm saying? And it's heartbreaking to see people turn their backs on children the way that they do nowadays. That is what you don't want a future. You don't want humanity. You don't. That's fine. That's fine, but you're not playing God with my child or anyone else's child while I'm sat on a platform with 8K. I'll call it out. I don't care who you are. And I'll say it in this room, Luna, I'm watching and I see the accounts.
Oh, the awareness of watching you.
Luna, if you don't, I'm telling you, one warning from me and that's it. 18 plus goes on and them kids are out your live by your next one, or I'm going to get you cam-tooed.
Yeah, and that has, yeah. See, the thing is, when you know what you're looking for in a miner's account, you'll see them everywhere. They're everywhere, and they're always at specific times. Watch when the creator that is manipulating minors comes on. Watch the times they come on. That will tell you everything. There is a reason that E is up 4 a.m, especially during the Easter holidays.
6 weeks holiday is going to be an absolute nightmare.
Oh, the next one's going to be a nightmare. It's going to be a nightmare. And for Scotland, they break up in June.
Yeah, Scotland's are already doing their prep work now, the awareness teams. So
we have to, because we will be, yeah, about 6 weeks from now. It's going to be lovely.
Luna's behaviour is Luna's behaviour as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah.
Do I find it creepy and disturbing? Yes, we do. Can we do anything about it? No, because up to now it's acceptable in society to be a 40-year-old person and want to act like a 12-year-old child. Unfortunately, our hands are tied there. But with everything else with Luna, they're not tied.
Oh, the awareness are aware, trust me. We're very aware. Yeah. I'm sorry to end up on such a shocking note, but I need people. She's 50.
This is needed to happen. You need to understand something. If you see me in a live, please don't let on to me as well. Because I've had that and I've been blown and they've blocked me. So if you see me coming in, just leave me. But ultimately, I'm trying to do it without doing fake accounts. So the faces are there. They want to come at people for the awareness. Yeah, my face shows. I do videos. You know, I'm not scared to call anyone out. I don't care who and what you are, as I've said in this life. If you breathe the same oxygen as me, I will call you out. Sorry.
No, don't be sorry. Don't be sorry.
Get it wrong.
Yeah,
I want to state this to people as well. Do awareness teams get it wrong? Absolutely. Why? Because we're human. We're not robots. We're not part of TikTok. I'm telling you now, give me back the MSN days, give me back the Facebook days, any days of the week. Did I foresee myself becoming an awareness creator? No, but unfortunately, the second alphabet crossed that line. That's when I jumped in. You know, don't cross the lines and people won't jump.
Yeah, cleaning lady Angela has minors as well. Yeah, we know all of them. We know all of them.
Every single
Thank
one of
you,
them.
Lego.
We know what yous have got and what yous haven't got in your lives. I know who to watch because I get told who to watch. I get told from very, very, you know, amazing awareness creators that you're never going to meet on this app. You're never going to know who they are. Their stories will always stay with me. Their names will stay with me. Jojo is absolutely the same as me. So, you know. Hello, Auntie Love.
Hello, darling. I'm just going to sit it quietly. It's just people might see it's very small, but there's one of the pictures up there, Jojo. That was all. On the picture.
Oh, right. Okay. Look, I don't know how to make that any bigger.
No, don't. I don't want to do it.
Alphabet, I'm sorry to say this. You can either get in a box or you will be muted. We will not play the chat game. They put a comment in, mute them. Request the box.
They won't.
No. And rest assured, Jojo knows who's in her community, so she knows who to add and who not to add to a box.
I've had it in here many a time. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Remember, they
Except
used
they
to
think
come
you
in on
don't know
their
it's
own account. There was a time they used to come in here on their own account. They never used to do all this.
No.
Because they were getting away with absolute murder, so they used to flaunt it. Can't do that no more, though, can ya? Everyone's on ya. It's a shame, that. Really is.
Yeah, you thought it was bad before, though. Do you know, I'm gonna reach out. I'm gonna pull every card I possibly can and reach out to every
Yeah.
person I can, every
I
big
think
creator I can.
Peekaboo's got the footage of the miners as well. I think it's Peekaboo.
Peekaboo, yeah.
Yeah.
Peekaboo is really good. Pro Nothing 123, another really good one. Rebecca Chaos FIP, another really good one.
Yeah.
They do really good work, as well as doing the FIP, you know, the screen recordings and stuff. They do awareness as well. So yeah, if pop them all a follow, then you'll get the up-to-date stuff. And they don't manipulate Banbird. They don't manipulate stuff. That's the other thing. They don't cut and clip.
Jojo,
and
I'm just
make
going
it
to have
look
to
like
stop you
something
a minute,
else.
love, because I'm going to have to drop. Karma Clark and Yorkie Porter camping you.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm going to drop now. You're not getting any more information off this end. You want your clout, you go somewhere else. You don't come over here again. I'm going to drop and get that handled, love, okay?
All right, sweet. Thank you, darling.
Okay, bye.
You take care. All right. And that being said, I'm going to go as well. Hiya, Nicola. You all right, sweetie? I will reach out to some of these bigger creators, and I really appreciate you all being here. It's not a pleasant discussion to have about somebody. Yes, the waffle will be drawn on Friday. I'll do it in front of you, don't worry. Thank you, Brenda, darling. And I appreciate all of you. Thank you to the mods. You did a brilliant job tonight as well. I'm sure it got a bit hairy there for a while. Don't worry, I'll upload it. So everybody please take care, and I will see you on Friday. All right. Much love to you all.